Welcome to Birmingham and the 20th staging of the European Powerlifting Championships. We're in the National Indoor Arena, probably best known to Eurosport viewers for its indoor athletics meeting. Well, it's been said that compared to the clean and jerk of weightlifting, powerlifting is more about brute strength and less about technique. Powerlifters can total more than 10 times their own body weight. The big guys, that puts the magic ton within reach. The disciplines, well, in the squat, you take the bar at shoulder level from a rack, and once this is held steady, squat low so the top of your hips come below the knees. Then you push up with the legs to an upright position and lock the knees. Loaders surround the powerlifters for safety's sake. Any sign of failure, they step in quickly. In the bench press, you take the weight lying on your back and lower it onto your chest before pausing and pushing back up until the arms lock. Any movement of the head, shoulders, buttocks or feet, and that's a no lift. The deadlift sounds easy. Just lift the bar off the ground until your knees are locked in a straight position with your shoulders back. This has to be done in an upright motion. No slight dropping of the bar, resting it on your thighs or taking a step backwards or forwards. Once you pull the bar into a steady position, the chief referee gives a signal for you to lower or drop the bar. Well, we begin our coverage of the European Championships with the 75 kilos deadlift. After the squat and bench press, Dmitry Soloviev of the Ukraine leads with a total of 502.5. Alexei Nemtsev of Russia and Sirajudin Bazayev of the Ukraine just behind. This is Alexei Nemtsev of Russia, his second attempt at 270. He needs to lift this to stay in contention. Yes, good enough. Soloviev already lifted the same. Bazayev 280. Well, that keeps Nemtsev in contention. Next we see Dmitry Soloviev of the Ukraine, 27 years old, a gym instructor. His second attempt at 280, which will give him equal first at this stage, though he's heavier than Bazayev. And we'll get silver on body weight for this deadlift if he lifts it. Slight wobble, but it's looking good. It is good. Well, he had a 20 kilos lead from the first two disciplines, and he'll be difficult to beat now. Next we see the 29-year-old Sirajudin Bazayev of the Ukraine, his second attempt at 292.5 kilos. He's 22.5 behind. The defending champion really needs to lift this if he's to hold on to his title. Nope, no lift. And that'll make it difficult for him to keep his European title. It's now really between him and the Russian Nemtsev for the silver. And here is Alexei Nemtsev of Russia attempting 280 kilos on his final deadlift. If he gets this, it'll lift him into silver position for a while at least, with a total of 762.5. Yes, it's good. So he goes into second place for the moment, but Bazayev of the Ukraine can still overtake him for silver. Dmitry Soloviev of the Ukraine, his final deadlift, going for 282.5. He's already won gold, and this will give him a new personal best and a new Ukraine record. Nope. Well, a personal disappointment, but he can't be caught. And here's 31-year-old Mario Schnur from Germany. He's well behind in the squat and the bench press, but a good third attempt at 287.5 kilos will give him second place in the deadlift. Yeah, he's happy with that. And he'll get at least a silver medal for the deadlift, even if he is out of contention in the overall competition. So here's the Ukraine lifter Sirajudin Bazayev for his final deadlift. He's attempting 292.5, European champion in 95. He needs this lift to take silver this year. Yes, that gives him second place in the 75 kilos category. This is 32-year-old Benny Verbeek from Belgium. Deadlift is his speciality. He's 6th overall, but 2nd in the deadlift after pulling 292.5. This will give him first place in the deadlift ahead of Bazayev. He's done it. Well, that's the best deadlift in the 75 kilos category. Moving on to the 82.5 category. First we see Vasily Kurtiak of the Ukraine. His second squat, attempting 290, which will equal British lifter Tony Thornton's from the first round. Needs a good squat if he's to beat the Pole Roman Zimoviak. Yes, 2 white lights, so a good lift. Difficult at this stage to say how he's going to go. And here's 28-year-old Tony Thornton, who works as a production manager in Scunthorpe. Outside medal hope for him. Noisy support, 275. Yes. Real intensity. You can see the support here at the National Indoor Arena. Here's Dmitry Fedenko, Russian lifter, attempting 290 on his second. The event really tight at the moment. If there's a tie on weight lifted, the result goes to the lighter man. Both Thornton and Kurtiak lighter than Fedenko. Yes, that puts him into 3rd place for the time being. Here's Peter Toiser from the Czech Republic, attempting 300 kilos. Second attempt. Squat's his favorite lift. And he easily took 290 on his first to take the lead at that stage. This will put him back in front if he can lift it 300 kilos. Yes, he's on course to win the squat gold medal. Next is the 38-year-old Pole Roman Skimkowiak, 3rd squat, 290. He's the defending champion. Crucial lift for him. He failed his first attempt. No, he's blown it, and he's going to need a really big bench press and deadlift to hang on to the title now. This is Vasily Kurtiak again, Ukraine attempting 295 on his 3rd lift, which will put him 15 clear of the defending champion. Toiser already lifted 300. No, not that time for Kurtiak. Competition really tight. Here's Dmitry Fedenko of Russia going for 295 in his final squat. This will put him second behind Toyser. Britain's Tony Thornton decided to go for 300 on his third, and he'll overtake him if he does it. Yes, 295 for Fedenko of Russia. Now let's see what Thornton can do. Thornton's third squat, attempting 300. And this will do the British team a power of good. That really is superb. Wonderful lift from Tony Thornton. And with Peter Toyser failing in his final lift, it gives him the gold medal in the squat because of his lighter body weight. Unbelievable commitment. Tony was 6th in last year's World Championships and looking to get into the overall medals today. And this slow motion replay gives you just an idea of the commitment that he's showing here to get amongst the medals. We're going to take a break. More after this. European Powerlifting Championships from Birmingham. Move on to the 82.5 kilos bench press. Roman Skimkowiak of Poland attempting 187.5 kilos in his third bench press. Defending European champion, a disaster in the squat. Desperately needs to lift this to remain in contention. It'll be a new personal best if he does it. Yes, 3 white lights. He made hard work of it, but there's still a way to go. That certainly improved his chances, though. The Ukrainian, Vasily Kurtiak, strong in this final deadlift, so if he gets this lift, 192.5, it'll put him to 3rd or 4th and give him a good chance of going for the gold in the final discipline. No, 3 red lights, and that means he'll have to pull a fantastic deadlift. He's 10 kilos clear of Skimkowiak at the moment. Attempting 197.5 on the third lift, Dmitry Fedenko of Russia. He's already overtaken Thornton and Toyser in the bench press. Be a new personal best, this. He's already lifted 192.5. Made it look easy. Yes, a good lift. And that's won him silver in the bench press and put him in the overall lead at the moment. Our first look at Sergei Nochnoy of Russia, attempting 205 kilos on this lift. 32-year-olds left all the others behind in the bench press so far. He's lifted 200 kilos. This will be the icing on the cake. Lifted 192.5 without seeming to try. Very impressive indeed. And that's moved him into first place in the bench press. But the form guy suggests he'll probably be overtaken in the deadlift. And we move on to the deadlift. And Sergei Nochnoy attempting 280 on his second lift. So let's see if the Russian can hold on to his position. He only managed 270 with his first. And Thornton, Fedenko and Kurtiak will have no trouble beating this. So vital for him. No, Nochnoy's legs really betraying him. and that, I'm afraid, is going to put him well out of it. The bar being loaded at 297.5 for the second deadlift of Tony Thornton. The British lifter really going strong. He's had a new personal best in the bench press and could still win an overall medal. The crowd really getting behind him as if he needs it. He's done it. Well, he's still got a real shot at a medal. He needs a big final lift. Dmitry Fedenko of Russia, trying 300 kilos on his second attempt. This could get him silver. Kurtiak's already lifted 310. Simkowiak of Poland failed in his deadlift of 320. Here's Fedenko. He's done it, 300 kilos, a new personal best, and he won't have done his medal chances any harm either. Second deadlift for Vasily Kurtiak, attempting 320. This will also be a personal best and put him well in front, 20 kilos heavier than anything lifted so far. No problem. Just one more lift to go and he can almost taste the goal, but this is make or break for the Polish lifter Roman Skimkowiak. He's failed at this weight of 320 once. He must lift this second to stay in contention. Yes, he's done it at the second attempt. So now it all depends on the final lift. Clock's ticking for Vasily Kurtiak of the Ukraine, attempting 327.5 on his third lift. He's almost certain to get the gold. Only Skimkowiak can beat him. And he's on next with the final lift of that class. No. So now he has to watch Skimkowiak. He finished just short of 800 kilos in his total. The final attempt for Roman Skimkowiak. The bar's loaded at 332.5 kilos. The 38-year-old has been the world and European champion for the last 3 years. No, looks round, and 3 red lights, no good. Kurtiak is who takes the gold for Ukraine. Skimkowiak takes silver. Britain's Tony Thornton finishes in 4th place. In the 90 kilos squat, Alexander Dikhanov of Russia, 10 kilos behind at the moment, but this second lift of 325 could put him back into an early lead in the overall 90 kilo bodyweight class. Yep, so far so good, but the lead could be short-lived. Norwegian lifter Erik Stikkelstad going to try 335 on his second attempt, and this will keep the pressure on in the close battle being fought with Dikhanov. .335 kilos. Yes, a big lift for him, and he's back in the lead, but how will the Russian respond to that? Third squat for Dickonoff. He's playing safe with 330 kilos on the bar for this attempt. He's already lifted more, so he gets victory in the squat, but this lift will at least keep Dickonoff on track in the overall competition. No, that's a setback, and he has to settle for a best of 325, and that's at least 10 kilos behind the Norwegian Stiklestad. So it's looking good then for Stiklestad. He's already won the squat in this category. This lift of 340 kilos will give him a new Norwegian national record. Erik Stiklestad, 340 kilos. Yes, thrilled a bit, and it's starting to look very good indeed for him, and he's now got a 15 kilos lead over the Russian, and if he can continue to lift in this fashion, he'll be right on target for an overall win in this category. There's the lift, total concentration. He never wavered. Tremendous technique and sheer determination, and no wonder he's pleased as punch. Move on to the 90 kilos deadlift, where Stiklestad is going to attempt 325 with his third attempt. He was stronger than Stiklestad in the bench press, even though he failed with his third lift. So it means only 10 kilos separated the two at the start of this deadlift. The Russian failed in his first deadlift, allowing Stiklestad to increase his lead again. So this would just about ensure the gold for Norway. Yes, he's got it. And that's a new Norwegian national record, 2-1, but it's there for him. The bar's loaded at 337.5 for Alexander Dickonoff's final lift, an all or nothing attempt on the gold. No, too much to expect. So Erik Stiklestad wins the European title for Norway. Championships in Birmingham, we're in the 110 kilos squat. This is Jürgen Lundberg of Sweden attempting 345, his second lift. The only Swede at these European Championships. No. Well, he's an outside chance of a medal, but that's not going to help those chances. Still quite a way to go. This is Volodymyr Ivanenko of the Ukraine, his second attempt at 345. He should have moved up by now. His first attempt, he just seemed to lose concentration and stumble. Capable of so much more. Yes. 3 white lights, much better. He's in the lead at the moment, but his great rival Clive Henry is still to come. So it's time for the local lifter to show us what he can do. Can the British champion take advantage of Ivanenko's slow start? Both of them capable of setting a new European record here in Birmingham. And here he is, Clive Henry. Bar loaded at 375 kilos for Clive's second attempt. Well, he dipped very deep, made hard work, but he's in the lead at the moment, Clive Henry. '30-year-old Swede Jürgen Lundberg going for 345 for his second attempt. He needs this to stay in contention. Yes, right on the edge, but he's done it. Now 43 years old and weighing 108.3 kilos, Hugo de Grauwe, representing Belgium, his third squat. And he's going for 352.5 kilos. If he makes it, it'll put him into third place, and it'll be a new European Masters record. He's nailed it. Great lift for Hugo, a new European Masters record. And he's right in contention. The bar loaded to 375 kilos for the third attempt of the Ukrainian Volodymyr Ivanenko, the 42-year-old businessman from Cherkasy. Yes, looking around, looks up, and he sees three white lights. A good lift. We can have another look at that. Ivanenko, who recently set a European best in the Ukrainian Nationals, but it wasn't ratified as a European record. Next up then is Clive Henry, who's going for 380.5, which will be a new European record. Ivanenko equaled Henry's 375 at his last lift, so this would put Henry into first place. He's lifted the same weight, 380.5, in a friendly competition against South Africa in Birmingham. That was last year, so we know he can do it. No, again a big dip, and that's disappointment for Clive. He really wanted that record. He finishes the squat then on 375, equal with Ivanenko, but the Ukrainian gets the lead because of his fractionally lighter body weight. The first bench press, Jörg Schmidt, a 30-year-old from Karlsruhe in Germany. He weighs 109.5 kilos, attempting 195 Ks on his third lift. This will keep the German just within reach of a medal. He's pretty impressive in the deadlift. Yes, that's a good lift. Now the bar being loaded to 210 kilos for Clive Henry. He's been struggling on the bench press. He's already failed at this weight. He needs more if he's to beat Ivanenko. No, he knew straight away, and that's probably cost him the overall gold medal. It'll all depend now on the deadlift. Next it's Jürgen Lundberg from Sweden, 215 kilos. So after Henry's failure, the Swedes already got silver in the bench press, but this will help his overall total. There's 215 Ks on the bar for this, his third bench press. Nope. His feet were the problem there. You have to keep your feet flat on the ground to get that good lift, and you can see the three judges all saying no. Volodymyr Ivanenko attempting 225.5 on his third lift, with Lundberg and Henry both failing. A successful lift here will give Ivanenko a clear lead.
Start.
Well, that looked relatively comfortable. He's now 17.5 kilos ahead of Clive Henry and more than 40 clear of Lundberg. So now the deadlifts at this 110 kilos category. Clive Henry, he lost his balance attempting 310 on his first deadlift. Still trying for the heavier weight. If he doesn't get this, he'll be in real trouble. He's got it. Really happy. And right in amongst it. Here's Jörg Schmidt of Germany, looking for 332.5, his second attempt. This will give him second place in the deadlift, although he's got an awful lot to make up in the overall. Well, it looked easy. And if the others make mistakes now, he may just get a medal. Volodymyr Ivanenko, the Ukrainian, with the bar at 335. This will be a new personal best. He's already lifted 320 on his first attempt. No problem. It's given him a 20-kilo lead over Clive Henry. With the Swede Jürgen Lundberg not attempting his second lift, it's Clive Henry to lift next. For his third attempt, the bar loaded 322.5. And if he lifts it, it'll really pile the pressure on Lundberg. He's got it. 2-1. And it's Britain's best result of the championships. That will give him the silver medal. Bar loaded to 340 for the third attempt of Volodymyr Ivanenko. This is really the icing on the cake. He's already made sure of the gold, and he's 30 kilos clear of Henry, even if he fails with this. Well, the gold medal And that's a new Masters world record. Third and final deadlift for Germany's Jörg Schmidt. 340 loaded. He's lying in fourth at the moment. He can't win a medal, but this would be a good finish. He's already broken his previous best of 835 overall. No, not that time. 2-1 against. Well, amazing tactics by Ljungberg. He declared 340 for his previous lift, didn't come on stage, and now after the extra rest, he's raised the weight even higher, a full 32.5 more than his successful lift. And if he gets this, he will steal the silver away from Henry. But has he asked for too much of himself? No, not that time, and it was always going to be a risky strategy. So the results then, Ivanenko takes the gold for Ukraine, Henry wins the silver for Britain. Ljungberg takes the bronze, and we'll be back with more right after this commercial break.
That completes the award ceremonies for the 110 kilo.
Well, the European Powerlifting Championships climax with the super heavyweights. And in the class for those weighing under 125, Sturla Davidsen will be going for Norway's fourth gold medal of the championships. First, though, we're going to look back at the very first class, featuring the Polish mighty atom, Andrzej Stanaszek, weighing in only 52 kilos, 4 foot tall, 122 centimeters. He took the first gold medal of the championships with a massive 587.5 kilo total. He's the current world champion and makes a habit of breaking world or European records wherever he competes. And that was 275.5 kilos, another world record for the squad. Now back to the super heavyweight competition. In the 125 category, Maxim Podiny of Russia looking for 360 for his second attempt. Gave him no trouble on his first attempt, the 25-year-old from Ekaterinburg. Good lift. 2-1, but confirmation that it was okay. And there are the judges. The next lifter, Leopold Krendl from Austria, attempting 370 on his second squat. He won the bronze medal at last year's World Championships back home in Salzburg. They call him the Gentle Giant. No. Close, but not close enough. Painful end, and that spoiled his plans. He's still some 10 kilos behind Sturla Davidsen of Norway's first attempt. The next lifter is in the 125 kilos plus class. It's the Russian Rif Gadiev, the bar loaded to 370 kilos. He failed in his first attempt at this weight, and he'll be in desperate trouble if he doesn't make it. Rif is the heaviest lifter in these championships. He's 145.5 kilos in body weight. Yeah, that's a good lift. 3 white lights. with Gadiev. He's still behind though. Still with the 125 plus class core, Janssen van Jorksveld of the Netherlands. He's requested 372.5 for his second attempt. It's his birthday today. He's 34 years old. It'll give him a new personal best and third place so far. Plenty of support. Yes, that's a promising start for the birthday boy, and there's his reward. Now onto the lighter, less than 125 kilos class, and the Norwegian lifter Sturla Davidsen in the lead. He's requested 392.5. He's already got 380, the 33-year-old. This will give him a new personal best in the squad. Desperately close, but he hasn't got it. But he'll still take some beating, will Sturla Davidsen.
395 kilos.
Back to the 125 plus class. And this is Viktor Nalekin from the Ukraine. He entered the competition at 380 kilos, which is more than his rival so far. 395 is what he's got now. It'll be a new European Masters record for the 44-year-old sports coach from Kiev, Viktor Nalekin. 395. And that's a magnificent lift. 2-1, but Nalekin has got it. And this is in the 125 class. Leopold Krendl from Austria attempting 370. His second attempt at this weight.
370 kilos.
350 is what he's done so far.
Janssen van Jorksveld and Gadiev. Seconds. Come on, Leopold.
No. Yes, he's frustrated with himself. It wasn't that close. He'll have to settle for 350, which will put him at third place in this stage. This is Maxim Potini of Russia, attempting 370 on his third squat. This would be a new personal best and would put him in second place at this stage. Well, that's a very impressive lift for this young man. Back to the 125 plus class. This is Yuri Spinov of the Ukraine. He's looking for 425 for this lift. Looking to improve on his lead. He's already got the best squat with his opening 400. Failed on 420, but he's obviously feeling confident enough to go for another 5 kilos. Well, that is good. 2-1. And it's given him a 45-kilo lead at the end of the squat, and it's a new European record. Now to the 125 kilos minus bench press. Sturla Davidson of Norway. He's requested 232.5 for his second lift. He's won the squat. This will give him victory in the bench as well. Well, that puts him 20 kilos ahead of the Russian Maxim Podiny. This is the 33-year-old Russian Rif Gadiev, and he could stage something of a recovery in this 125-plus class if he could lift this. Loaded 252.5.
Stop. Right.
He's got it up there. A good lift. And that means that only 7.5 kilos separate the top four as we go into the deadlifts. The final lifts of this class, and here's the world champion, Leopold Krendl. He knows he won't be the European champion, but if he can make this lift of 327.5, it will at least give him the bronze. Yeah, he got that one. So a medal of some description. This is the third and final deadlift for the Norwegian Sturla Davidson. He's built such a lead, the Norwegian, in the early lifts. He's already sure of a gold, but this is 357.5. It'll be a new personal best, and it could also give him the best deadlift. Yes, silver at least in the deadlift, as well as definitely the overall gold. Nalekin's last lift at the over 125 kilos. A third lift of 367.5. All the others have failed in their third deadlift, so he's already won gold. And that is awesome power. And it's given Ukraine first place in the team competition as well. The bar loaded to 357.5 for the minus 125 kilo lifter Maxim Podiny of Russia. If he lifts this, the Russian will get the best deadlift because of his lighter body weight compared to Davidson. Not quite. 3 red lights is a silver for Russia. Well, Viktor Nalekin's win in the 125 plus category brings the Ukraine's gold medals to 4 and makes the Ukrainian team European champions in this year's competition. I hope you've enjoyed the European Championships from Birmingham. I'm Simon Reed. For now, goodbye.